Hello guys, most of you know that I am the presenter for the League of 72. If you haven't checked out the channel, we've got some amazing access right now. It's about the EFL, but we're able to dive a lot deeper with some amazing people like Scott Parker. This video is a clip from the full interview with Scott Parker, but make sure you head over to League of 72 and subscribe to the channel because there's an interview with him, 30 minutes. There's an interview with Chris Wilder, over 30 minutes. I chat to Ilias Chair if you're a QPR fan as well for about half an hour as well. We're getting some amazing stuff. So make sure you go subscribe to that channel, enjoy the clip, and check out the full interview, which is out right now on the League of 72. Link is in the description. Cheers.
First of all, did you ever just dream of like a mid-table season? You've not had a chilled one where we're moving towards something, we've got a bit of time.
I'll be honest, it does feel like that as well. I've been, what have I been now? This is probably my third full season and it feels like it has been foot to the floor. I must admit, it's been, I had my first full season at Fulham where pressure was cranked on to the maximum it could have been cranked on. I took over a football club where expectation was huge. I get that, and sometimes that's not easy in that sense. There was a lot of expectation with a club and a team at that moment in time. We were shot to bits, to be honest with you, being relegated. So it was difficult, and managed to go up via the playoffs. And I think we understand the stresses of playoff football and the one-off game, and we've done very well. And then obviously the experience of the Premier League last year, where at times it was very challenging, because you're going into arguably the best league in the world, where the margin for error is so small, that at times it was difficult. I enjoyed it immensely, to be honest with you. I enjoyed the Premier League last year much more than I enjoyed the previous year when we had success and got promoted. But yeah.
Why was that?
I don't know. I just felt that the football, how it was very, it is tactical. The details and fine margins, you have to work beyond work to get a point in the Premier League, and you need to be on it constantly. The level of detail you need to go to. That's not to say you don't have to in this league. Of course you do. But yeah, look, it's the Premier League. It's match of the day. It's everything you've grown up on as a kid. So you want to be operating in them top leagues, really. So and then this year's the same. We've come here, started well. Expectation is massive.
You haven't helped that either, have you?
We haven't. Yeah, exactly. We haven't exactly slowed the expectation down with the start we've had, but that's fine. That's exactly where we want to be operating.
I was going to ask you, with that playoff final, you spoke quite passionately about how extensive football management is. I was wondering, a couple of years on, do you feel like you've acclimatised a little bit more, or can you acclimatise? You've either just got you've got the spirit for the fight, or
I think that is the case. Like I said after that, in the job we're in, you win a game. It's everyone's. You see it now. It's just modern day. It's just the world we live in, and the world we live in is that there's at times that people want to see, or where's the next story, where's the next manager. I'd like someone to do a documentary on every time someone comes up with, or every week what manager it is, and then the following week is it next manager. It's just a constant barrage, and that's part and parcel of the job. I get that, and trying to stay balanced is key. And I think that's what I stressed after. There was a lot of hard work what went into that season, a lot of pressure, a lot of ups and downs, which probably from the outside people would never have seen. I don't believe for anyone's second you're as good as what sometimes people make out, or you're as bad. So yeah, it was just that raw emotion of that, really. But this is part and parcel of it. So yeah. Get on with it.
Oh, you're still smiling. You're still here. So you must be like it.
And I love it. I love that. That's the reason I do it. I do it because of the pressure. I do it because, the day I stop fearing, the day I stop worrying, the day I stop fearing that my team are not going to be the best, or we're not going to be top of the league, or we need to win this week, is probably the day that I'd probably retire and just go and chill a little bit, because that'll be the day when you probably lost that little bit of drive, which you need.
Do you think that comes from your playing days and just you as a person, that it's the love for it and the love for that pressure is that you're a winner? You want to be a winner?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think that's probably a large part. It's been a big part of, I don't know, maybe my upbringing, the way it was for me. But there's always been a constant fear. And the constant fear is exactly that, the fear of failure, really. So I took that on as a player, wanting to be the best player, wanting to get every bit of me, or the best out of every bit of me, to be a top player. And now as a coach, when the pressure's even higher, my responsibilities are much more. And ultimately, I send a team out there on a Saturday, which is representing the fans and representing the football club, and I have to take responsibility for that. And I want to do a good job in that. I want the fans to be proud. I want ownership. I want us as a team to be the team I want us to be, really. So when it isn't like that, or the fear of it not being like that, is what drives you on, really. It drives me on.
Do you think from your playing days, playing for Chelsea, playing for England, playing for Tottenham, but also having relegation battles, having a great season but still getting relegated, do you think that range of experience gives you a different perspective from different managers? Because of course there are managers that haven't played at the highest level, but you're part of a group now that we're seeing, the likes of Gerrard and Lampard. John Terry will be a manager soon enough, I'm sure. And from the outside, they seem to look and talk differently. And I put you in that same group. It feels like there's just such high standards. Do you see it that way? Do you think you've got a different perspective as a manager?
My perspective is probably a little bit broader because, or me personally talking in terms of where I am, because in my career it was, like you said, I had 2 relegations. I won a league with Chelsea, or certainly I was around that squad and I smelt it, knew what it needed to look like. So, I think regarding me now as a coach, that's only broadened my thinking and certainly put me in different situations in terms of, I've played with the best players in the world. I know how they operate, know how they think, know what they need. I've then on the flip side, I've played in relegation teams where it's been the opposite. Players are not good enough, players don't care as much, don't have that drive. How you manage one player to the next in them moments, because you still may need them, just because they ain't doing things right constantly. Hence why they probably are where they are in their careers and they're in relegation battles, is they do have something, but do they have the whole picture? No, they're not going to have the whole picture like the players, what maybe you mentioned. But certainly for me as a coach now, I recognise that, and it definitely would help me, or it's helped me understand that.
In terms of, you said that you can smell it, the difference of those two environments, I guess as someone who's sort of hardened to put forward and try and get excellence when it comes to output, certainly as a player, can you only sort of try and put those processes and principles in place and then hope for the